and welcome back to Portugal Muse in central Portugal. It is an absolutely stunning week here this week. The sun is out, we're back in shorts and short sleeves and vests, and so we're back in the garden, which is absolutely fantastic. Dave's been busy pressure washing and painting. We're trying to get the place looking nice so we can enjoy the outside spaces, and I'm back to working in the vegetable garden. So you can see I've sort of reached this point. I'm going to finish weeding the rest of the vegetable garden now, and then hopefully Dave and I can go to the garden centre to pick up some plugs so we can finally plant some vegetables ready for when we've got guests coming in a couple of months. So Dave's oldest son is visiting again, so we're really looking forward to him coming, and we want to get the place looking really nice. Hello, it is now Tuesday. Um, Tom, 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 sit down. Ydych chi'n neud? So, it is now Tuesday. So you've probably heard by now that yesterday on Monday, most of Portugal ran. Right, he's digging a hole to get into because it's too hot. So Monday yesterday, the whole country was without power. So I did quite a bit. I did twice as much weeding as I'd already done, because there wasn't anything else to do. We were told to stay at home. I switched my phone off to save the battery, and I just did weeding in the vegetable garden. So it didn't affect me at all, but I'm very aware that it affected a lot of people, and it can't have been very nice for people, stuck in lifts, or, having to try and get home from work when there's no public transport, and stuck in the airport, stuck in tunnels. I can't imagine how horrible that must have been. I'm still not sure what the power cut was about, other than it was a strange anomaly, something to do with the main power cable that affected mainly Spain and Portugal overheating, and it had to be turned off for safety. But we had no power from lunchtime until dinner time. It had just started to get dark, and Dave and I had got all the candles that we had in the house already, and we had all our torches. We put new batteries in them, so we were ready to not have any power at night, and we'd use the cars to charge up our mobile phones. So we were fine. but we didn't have any internet. We didn't have any way of contacting anybody. So I can imagine it was quite a worry for anyone that was ill or old. But you know, I'm very lucky, I guess, with the life that I have here, that it didn't affect me at all, and I just spent the whole time in the vegetable garden weeding, and I got loads done because I wasn't on my phone. So yeah, I managed to get a whole load of weeding done. Tom, 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 it's just a tractor. What's the matter? It's just a tractor. It's all right. So I'm hoping to get the rest of the vegetable garden weeded today. It is hot though, so it's difficult. Like, you wake up in the morning and it's cold, so you get dressed like this, and then a couple of hours later it's boiling hot. So I might need to change to shorts and a vest. I burnt my back yesterday as well, so I'm a little bit sore. But yeah, my aim today is just to try and get this vegetable garden finished, get all the weeding finished, and then I can go to the garden centre and pick up the plugs, because they should be in the ground already. So we're running really late. Ran, it's just a tractor. Come on. So it's super quiet. Yesterday there was no one about, so they're hyper alert. All the dogs are like hyper alert today because all the tractors and everything are back out again. So they think it's their job to bark at everything. But it was really quiet yesterday. Shush, Tom, come on. No barking. I also wanted to ask you, my rhubarb are flowering. Do I cut the flowers off? Run! Run! I've never known rhubarb to flower. So if anybody knows, do I need to cut those flowers off? Or is Tom going to bite the heads off for me? We are, Tom, we are going to have to put a bigger fence all around this, because last year Tom dug up half of my vegetables. So this little fence was not a deterrent for Tommy boy. So yeah, once it's ready, I'm going to put a much bigger fence around it so he doesn't dig up my vegetables, because I think I lost at least half last year. Tom, huh? Okay, I'm going to get on with it. day today. So I have been to Leroy Merlin, and I've got all the things that I need to keep going in the vegetable garden. Um, it was quite a big haul again, so there's quite a lot of heavy stuff to carry into the vegetable garden. So the plan today, because I couldn't do anything yesterday because it rained all day. So Wednesday it was like really wet, and I think today is the only dry day we've got for a while as well. So the next few days, we're gonna have rain, I think, for the next 4 days. So it's a good thing that we got all that firewood after all. It was a good call on Dave's part to make sure that we got the firewood. And it's funny, like this time of year, because it's spring and you get ready for, really, really hot weather, thinking, oh, well, let's get the pool ready because we can go in the pool. So Dave and I have made sure like the pool's like crystal clear, ready for us to go swimming. Dave's pressure washed. The house is looking, really tidy, really happy with how the house is looking, and the pool. And we thought we were. Tom, come on. Tom, come on. Sa neb yna. There's nobody there. There might be someone, hundreds of meters away. So anyway, we've got the place looking quite nice, thinking that we'd get to spend a little bit of time outside, but nope, there's rain for the foreseeable future. So today's my only dry day. So I really want to get the vegetable garden finished, and that means putting the fence up, putting the compost and the horse manure down, and the wooden bark that I've bought. So hopefully I can get it all done this afternoon. So I'll show you what I've bought from Leroy Merlin. I've got 4 bags of this bark. This works really well for pathways in between the vegetables, stopping weeds from coming up, and also keeping the ground moist. So when you water in the morning and in the evenings, the bark absorbs the water, so it stays moist. Over here, I got 2 big bags of horse manure, so it's 70 litres, so it's quite a big, it's quite a bit, and they're quite heavy, so they're quite big to lug around. And I stupidly decided to go through the self-checkout using Dave's Leroy Merlin card, using Dave's discounts, which if you want to use the €5 off on the Leroy Merlin card, they send that mobile phone number a code. So I was there with all these bags in the self-service checkout, calling Dave while Dave was at work, trying to get this code to put into the self-service machine, all because I didn't really want to queue twice as long. It worked out all right in the end. There was a very nice Portuguese girl that helped me. But yeah, I think they could probably make that system in Leroy Merlin a little bit easier. And then I got, sorry, little rant. And then I got 3 bags of this eco fertilizer. So this is great stuff. This is the cheaper one. There are more expensive ones, but I've always found vegetables seem to really like this one. So I've got 45 litres, and I've got 3 bags. So you do the math. 135 litres. So I'm hoping that's enough for this area. It's not a huge area. Like I've explained in the past, it's more than enough for 2 people, plus all the vegetables we end up getting sort of donated because we're surrounded by farmers with surplus, and they're very, very generous. And what else did I get in Leroy Merlin? I got this fence here. This is what we've used all around the edge of the garden. It's the same fence. So whatever we end up doing in the future, my hope is that we can actually end up reusing it, whatever we end up doing. That's also quite heavy. Whoosh. Okay, so what did we get? It's 2.1, 1 meter by 10 meters. So I'm hoping that's enough. I didn't measure. It was just I actually measured with steps. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. And then I got 6 of these treated posts, which I'm actually eventually going to replace these thinner ones with, because I think the outside fence needed stronger posts, really. They're not really holding up to this bad weather we've had. We've had terrible weather. So I think I want to replace all the other posts with those posts, because they were only €5.99 and they seem quite a bit better. And then Dave's literally just bought this second hand off our friend Jim from down the road. He's a builder. He's going back to the UK, which is a shame, because they're really nice immigrants that live here, him and Cheryl, his wife. But he was selling a load of stuff really cheap because they're having to move. And we've got this fantastic device for putting in fence posts. So I'm going to see how I get on with that. I think it'll be much easier than how I was doing it with a hammer. That wasn't fun. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is use my steps to mark out where I'm going to put these posts. So I've decided to take the fence out just a little bit, just to give me a bit more space on the inside of the fence to move around. So I've decided to go from this post straight and 3 steps. So 1, 2, 3 to about here, maybe here, maybe here. Okay. Griff didn't like that. Okay. So it's the fence is 1 meter high, so I will need to get a tape measure to measure when it's 1 meter from the ground. I'm going to go and check. There we go. Found it. So 100 centimeters. That's 120 So got 20 more centimetres. Ooh. Ooh. Whoa. 110. Maybe. Do I want it sticking up? No. $103. Ooh, I don't know. How big is that? $102.5. Do one more little one. Right, that'll do. So 3 more steps. 1, 2, 3. There. 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 That's pretty good. Maybe there. Okay. I think that's pretty good. Definitely enough room to walk. Okay. Let's go. Let's do this. I'm tired. I've got 4 more posts. Well, 5 including this one. Okay, come on. Let's do it. Okay. Okay. Righty ho. Oh my God. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay, the first one was easy. The second one is not as easy. There must be stones or something. Ah, that's it. The closer you get to the back of the house, the more stones there are in the ground. Obviously, they created these terraces back when there was more industry up here. So there's more rocks this side. So these will be more challenging to do. It's difficult. I think I prefer hammer because you can just do lots of little knocks. It's not so jarring, although this is considerably quicker. Maybe you just need to be stronger. Okay, we're getting there. Come on. 105. Ooh. Okay. Getting there. Please be 100. Oh, we've gone too far. I thought that would happen. 98. That one's just going to be a bit lower then. I'll take it out. Oh no, it's definitely in. Okay. So, next one. So, basically, I need to leave enough room for Dave to work and me to work on the shed. So, we did count 3 steps. That would take me right up to where the shed's going to be. So I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, or if I need to leave room for Dave to work. I don't know. I think it's a bad idea. I think I should leave some room, maybe here, leave like half a step, so there's room for Dave to work. I think that's the best thing to do. It's like 50 centimeters. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So about here, in line with that one, would be there. That's all right, isn't it? It's fine there. Happy with that. Nice and straight. So this fence might seem a bit excessive, but when you've seen how high any of the dogs really can jump, but especially Tom can jump really high. So to be honest, this metre high fence might not even deter him, but hopefully it'll be enough, and we'll sort of try and train him as well as the size of it. Okay, right. Okay. Ooh. It's ringing in my ears. Really jarring on the shoulders. Almost. Oh, for God's sake. Oh my God. Okay. What are we looking at here? 108. Right. I need to not take it too far this time. Maybe little knocks. 103. But the ground goes. The ground is uneven. Okay. Just a light tap. That'll do it. Okay, so next fence post. So I need to leave a space as well for me to get in. Which would make sense. Oh, for God's sakes. I haven't thought this through enough. It's always the way. I was looking at gates and they were like, that would be like another expense. So I was just going to leave the fencing sort of loose up against the wall. Maybe if I did No, it's exactly 3. Okay. There. I'm happy with that. Yeah. The thing is, I'm planting courgettes in this top bit, so with this nice new fence, the courgettes can just climb up the new fence. That should work quite well. We'll see. Okie dokie. Pig and a pokey. That's horrible when that happens, when it misses it. Oh my god. Okay. Don't take the risk. Small, not lunges. Wallops? I don't know what you'd call it. Oh my god. I'm shattered. Oh, feel for all those young men that work, and the older men, but even more the older men that work for the forestry here. I think it's called Flopan. They work hard. Whoosh. 113. It's bad luck. Hopefully not. Oh my god. Okay. Hockey dokie, hockey dokie, hockey dokie, dokie dokie. 105. The dogs are quite sensitive to sound. Dogs are all staying over there. Just under. Okay. Last one. So this should be 3 steps. Perfect. So ow! Very spiky there. Hopefully there's no rocks. We'll see. Should have checked. Hundred and 4. Perfect. Okay, so that's all the fence posts in. Now to put on the fence. So there we go, all done, dog proof, ready for the plugs to go in, which I think will be in next week's vlog at this rate, because it's already the end of the day, Thursday. I've got quite a bit going on tomorrow, and there's quite a bit going on over the weekend. So I think putting the plugs in will be next week's vlog. I really hope you've enjoyed the video. It's definitely going to be nicer weather here sooner rather than later. It's got to be. It's May. And I'd really like to show you around some nice places, because there's so many beautiful places to go to over the summer. So I'm going to try and do an episode on each place. That's like my hopes for the summer. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this week's vlog. Please don't forget to subscribe. More than half the people that watch the channel don't subscribe. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you don't want to miss any more vlogs. And then they come up automatically then as well when you're on YouTube. You can create a playlist as well. That's something I often do with the channel that I like. And just remember to like, so it helps us with the algorithms, and comment is even better. So we're really grateful to the people that comment every week. You know who you are, you're fantastic, so thanks for supporting us. And yeah, I'm going to try and post a bit more on the Facebook and Instagram and the TikTok, because I haven't been doing that as much. And I know that a lot of people follow the Facebook and Instagram and the TikTok page. So I'm going to do my best to try and keep up with the... Shush, Griff, to the Tom, come on. So I'm going to try my best to keep those pages up to date. And we'll see you again next week. Take care from us in Central Portugal. Bye from me and Tom with his muddy paws. It's just so cute. Come on, slide. I know you can't go in there anymore. It sucks. We just have to go on more walks. Yeah. Yeah. Love you. Mwah. Good boy. Love you. Come on. Come on then. Let's go.